I, Dr. Frederick Palance Barrymore, am about to embark upon a most controversial and somewhat dangerous experiment involving an exchange of the condition of our basic natures. Even as a child, I was intrigued and obsessed with the transformation of one state of being into another. After an endless series of trial and error, I finally found the definitive answer to my laborious endeavors: the actual mental and physical metamorphosis of the human being and his soul! Unfortunately, a grand poo-poo happened, and now I cannot transfer myself back to Dr. Barrymore. And I find I am trapped inside this creature-like being known as Igorro. Igorro. Hello, it's me, Igorro. Have you missed me? No? Keep it to yourself. Welcome to the Igorro Show. Tonight's feature is a biggie. Curse of Bigfoot. It's about a big foot. It's a really good movie. Well, it's not really a good movie, but it's gonna be fun. So please sit back, relax, and enjoy Curse of Bigfoot. Chowder chips. Look at the tongue on that dog. It looks like Gene Simmons' puppy. It's time for me to try to change myself back from Igorro to Dr. Frederick Palance Barrymore. Love it! Here we go. Oh, gosh, that smells like somebody's back porch that's got peaches that went bad. That's not... Holy moly, little Heavenly. I'm no longer Igorro, and I'm certainly not Dr. Frederick Palance Barrymore. Looks like I've turned into a Bigfoot hunter. You know, I had a lot of other names that I'd use, but everybody just calls me Jake. Jake Kachaka. Jake Kachaka, Bigfoot hunter. Bigfoot hunter. Can smell it in the air. It smells like not good. Now there are many names for the Bigfoot. He's called the Gajukachu. He's called the Kacha. He's called the Yeti in the Himalayas. The old Yeti. They also call him the Skunky. They also call him the Biwa. He's also called the Sasquatch, the Bigfoot, the Bagucho. In China, they call him the Shark. In Japan, they call him the Hoyo. Ha! He's also known as the Tintok. In France, it's Voila. In Africa, that's called oh, there it goes again. See, that just happens. I can't even. This is. It didn't take that time. There it goes. Okay, man, that's a tough thing to have. Don't ever shoot a shotgun right by your head, and don't get nice too close to your face either. That's just common sense. So anyway, I was out of the Cascades, and I saw this big, hairy beast. And so I crept up slowly. You know, my heart was beating like a rabbit, but I was still on my way to catch this Bigfoot. So I got up closer, and then I realized that it was a squirrel. And I was stunned because it looked huge, but the scale was a little off. And it was just a bushy-tailed squirrel, but I saw that fur and so sometimes you can identify. You know, a lot of people, bears are a common misidentification of Bigfoot, and bears, sometimes deer or elk and squirrels. Well, I think I'm the only one that's ever seen a Bigfoot that was a squirrel, but I mean, it was a squirrel foot.
To face.
One time I was gonna tuck in my pants, and then I realized that I'd forgotten to put my pants on. Felt very cold, and I thought something's not right, and then I looked down and I'm like, oh, oops. So don't go hunting without your pants. There's the wood knocking. You know, I've done some good wood knocks. I've been out there, you take a bat, and you take a piece of wood, and you just knock it, and then, you hear it in the distance, and you think, okay, no normal human could do that. Even though I just did that. There's also big rocks that have been thrown by, no human can throw a rock. And I've got a shop, a Bigfoot shop, Jake Kachaka's shop. It's called Jake's Hairy Hut. And it's called the Hairy Hut because it's, because Bigfoot. It's got all Bigfoot stuff. I got tons of Bigfoot stuff. You gotta come to Jake's Hairy Hut. It's right out of the Cascades, right coming out of Snoqualmie Pass here in the northwest of Washington State. Jake's Hairy Hut, can't miss it. I have Bigfoot shoes. I got Bigfoot odor eaters because, come on. If you got big feet, you got big odor happening. I've got those. I've got Bigfoot toothpaste, Bigfoot dental floss. I got Bigfoot handkerchiefs. I've got Bigfoot sunglasses. I got Bigfoot odorizers, and I got Bigfoot car odorizers because sometimes, one time somebody hit a fish in my car. It was a joke, but boy, did it smell weird, and I thought, is that me? And then I realized, that was old Bruto Cadu, who always liked pulling pranks. But with my odor eaters, my Bigfoot scent hangers, like those little green trees, but this is a Bigfoot. You hang it right in your rearview mirror. Smells like a daisy in the whole place. You can even put them under your armpits, and hello there, ladies, how are you? You know what I'm saying. So anyway, what else can I tell you about the Bigfoot? Oh, here he is. See? Now, again. See, this is maddening. Ow, that just hurt. And there goes my hat. If I can just... Okay. It's just, it's very frustrating. But I got this scar because of a Bigfoot. I was sitting at the table having dinner. I was cutting my steak, and I looked up, and in my window, I saw a Bigfoot staring right at me. It shocked me so bad, I was like, and I sliced my face because I saw a Bigfoot in my window. Ironically, it was just my own reflection. And let me tell you something about the Bigfoot. I had an encounter once. I was out by myself. I was cleaning my rifle, and this is before I got my rifle taken away by the county sheriff. He's a moody guy. I was out there and I was cleaning my rifle out there in a fire looking for the Bigfoot, And I saw a fuzzy, huge thing, and I said, stop, freeze. And it just kept going. So I picked up my rifle and I shot it. And fortunately I missed it because it wasn't a Bigfoot. It was Mrs. Higgins out drying her laundry, and she wears this really Bigfoot-looking house robe, and she was a little upset with me. I apologized. I said, I thought you were Bigfoot. Well, needless to say, that didn't go over well. And she threw a frying pan right at my head, and gazango, it was a bullseye. So that was lesson learned, and of course she reported me, and then I lost my gun. But she's got this cabin way out in the woods, which I didn't even know until that happened. But, you know, you might not want to wear such a Bigfoot-looking robe, which I sell, by the way. I got Bigfoot robes. I got Bigfoot underwear. I got Bigfoot socks. And I got Bigfoot tank tops. Oh, and I also sell Bigfoot Speedos. And those are a huge hit in Europe. I was out looking for the Bigfoot. I was doing the knocks. I got nothing back. I did some hoots. You know, there are ways to call the Bigfoot. The old that's one of the techniques. Another one is that's another one. Here's a very famous one. Cha! Cha! But that one makes me cough. Oh, and another good Bigfoot call. Ooh. And here's another good one. Hey, Bigfoot, are you out there? Now, see, you think that's a stupid thing to do. But we don't know if he understands the human language. And he might be a little shy. He might just say, yeah, I am. Hasn't happened yet, but you can understand why that would not be a bad idea. I heard this noise. I was sleeping in my tent, and I heard this noise. You know, it was kind of scary. And I'm in my tent, and I'm by myself because no one ever goes with me. I always ask my friends, but they always pass. Finally, I'm like, I gotta go out and check. So I unzip my sleeping bag, and I unzip the tent, you know, and I'm peeking out, and I peek out, and I don't see anything, and you know, I was just frozen. And then I stepped out, and the smell was unbelievable. It just, oh my gosh, the smell was so, whoa! It's not me. Looking around, and suddenly I saw something right there, standing right in front of me. So I just pulled up the boots and said, here I come. And I ran right at this thing, and I just screamed, and I smacked right into it. Well, it was a tree. And I still don't know what the smell was. But then I realized, well, my boots had been out there. I had my boots by my tent, and they can kind of pack a punch. I was out in the woods, and I saw just one. Oh, it's happened again. Man, that's scary. Sometimes when I'm driving, it's really hard to, because all of a sudden you're like, oh, which lane do I drive in? There's 4 of them. And I see 3 cars coming at me, or is that one, or is that even a car? I've spent a lot of time out in the Cascades looking at the Bigfoot, and I've seen him out there, you know. I've only seen one, except for twice. I saw 3 of them. There was a big one, an even bigger one, and then a little teeny one. And the big one looked up and he saw me, and he stood up, and he must have been like 9, 10 feet, maybe 6'4", tall. He was big. And then the littler one got up and big, and then the little one got up, and I thought, I could take him, but not with the other 2. A little bit. So this movie, it's 2 different movies. It's called Teenagers Battle the Thing. That was what this first film was, and it was a shorter film. And then it eventually got marketed, I guess, but It was about these teenagers battling a thing. So they find this thing in this, it's a mummy basically in this underground, and that's the thing. And we assume it's like a thing from another planet, but since that movie got combined, I guess it's still out there. Teenagers battle the thing, but it's combined with this movie, Curse of Bigfoot. So what they did is the guys that originally made the movie, they're like, you know what? This Bigfoot thing's a big deal. So they added new footage in, and instead of them finding a creature that's a mummy, and now it's a Bigfoot, although it's still the same creature and it looks nothing like a Bigfoot, because it's not. Kind of running out of steam here. Let me get some water. This is a tale that's kind of scary, about a creature tall, dark, and hairy. Don't panic! He only eats berries! You may know him as Sasquatch or Yeti, with short hair or long hair like spaghetti. But this film has a weird little hook. It was called Teenagers Battle the Thing. Now it's called Curse of Bigfoot. Teenagers battle the thing. Try to fit that in when you sing. They find a mummy in a smoky hole. Not a tale of Bigfoot is mentioned, talked about, or told. It's really two different movies. Neither of them very good, but they did the best that they could. Lots of boring footage of logging, kids walking through the woods. So they take that alien, or a mummy, or a Bigfoot, or whatever you want to call it, and they put him in a truck. When they arrive at the cabin, they carry him to the shed. While they sit cozy in the cabin, Norman is scared because he saw its hand move, and he knows it's not dead. But the others just scoff and laugh at him and ignore him instead. It is a thing from space. No, it's a mummy from that tomb place. Not a Bigfoot like they say. Whoever thought a movie could go this way? Just a horrible face made out of paper shade. Finally, in the ending, when the creature decides to show, the kids are waiting by the pickup with pails of gasoline thrown on him, and oh, does that fire glow? I didn't turn back to Dr. Frederick Palin's berry mode, but I did change back to Igorro, which is better than that other fella. At least my teeth are back again. I hope you enjoyed our time here with Curse of Bigfoot, and I'll see you very soon. Chimichanga. Never was able to get a picture of him because every time I would see him, I'd be so shocked. I'd be like, ah, and I'd be like, oh yeah, my camera, and then he's gone. He's called the Gajaka, the Bujuchu, and he was also called the Snackala because he eats a lot of your food. But he's also known as the Cat Snatch. He's also known as Dudujuga. He's also known as the Big Stink, the Kincha Snatcher. And Hot Jack. So you can call me any of those names. Jake, Kajaga, Bill, or even, Twinkie Joe. Boy, if that don't scream late 1970s, I don't know what does. I mean, I don't know what's worse, his hair, his tie, or his suit. I thought I saw Bigfoot. Turned out it was a bike. The gun just kind of kicked back and kind of conquered my head, and so once in a while, I just have this thing happen where, it just kind of, it happened again. It's happened again. It's so annoying. That's really annoying. And the stench was terrifically bad. Just smelled like someone took a fish, dipped it in some kind of stinky oil, put it on a frying pan, took it off, let it sit for 6 weeks, and then maybe threw some old clam chowder on it.